Hello and welcome everyone to the RedFlex, the only channel in the world run by four brothers who all support Manchester United, who all live in Manchester. We've got a very special guest today. We've got Riaz, who's not been on the show for a while. We'll be discussing all things West Ham, bit of the fallout from the Everton game, a few updates from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference, and just our general thoughts on the game, the lineup, and what we're expecting. Obviously, it was a bitterly disappointing result against Everton. Last kick of the game, it did feel like a defeat. Riaz, very quickly, obviously, I know we're here to talk about the West Ham game, but what were your overall feelings about that Everton game?
I just thought, are we taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back? It was one of them. It just felt, I don't know, a little bit of errors cost us. We are getting in a consistent form. We're getting in a bit of a rhythm, but I just think that when it comes down to keeping that sort of level head and right to the end, we've kind of messed up, and I think that's going to be the difference maker if we are going to be challenging, let alone even getting top spot, but challenging for the title. So, yeah, I mean, look, we messed up the Sheffield game. You know, this one could have been a 3-point game, but I think it should be a learning curve, and hopefully, if we can get this one in the bag, I think we'll get some momentum going. I'm sure it'll be a tough game as well. I think it won't be an easy game, just like Everton's. I think we thought it would be an easy ride. We just won't go in there. But yeah, this will be a tough one.
Agree with that. I mean, if you watched the last video, I did say that that was officially the end of United's title challenge because of that result and the performance. And I also said that United wouldn't finish second for the same reasons. And I think if not Liverpool, maybe Leicester. But I think United will probably finish third. That's what I think anyway. I mean,
yeah.
Your thoughts on it? I mean, obviously, you probably agree, don't you, that the title's over? But in terms of,
you know what? After seeing City the other day, I just think, maybe the titles are over. Yeah, I mean, look, it's gonna be a big gap, isn't it? I mean, they've even had a game in hand. It'll potentially put 5 points ahead of us, and then a game in hand.
It'll be 8. Yeah, it'll be 8 if they win that.
Yeah, so it's ever increasingly difficult at the minute, and obviously now they're still and that's without their top players in as well. They've still got a couple of players missing, so when they come back, are they going to be back on form and shooting those, likes of Aguero, etc. So, yeah, I don't know, maybe one game, and then I'll probably make my decision on that. But yeah, it's hard to say because Liverpool at the minute, I'm very surprised that Liverpool are not even down that route. But let's see. It's ever increasingly moving away from us. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, let's concentrate on the West Ham game. There's so much to say. I think we'll probably cover a lot of the stuff in the next Premier League game in terms of where it leaves us and what we can expect for the rest of the season. But
yeah,
obviously, Ole's still got we've still not got the monkey off his back in terms of a trophy. We've had many semi-finals. We've kind of fallen at the final hurdle.
Yeah,
obviously, we've had very difficult teams. We've had Liverpool twice in the League Cup semi-final. Obviously, Chelsea, which is probably the most disappointing one in the FA Cup, and obviously with Sevilla, who obviously ended up winning it. So it does matter on the draw. We've got West Ham. It's a winnable game, but in terms of where you rank the FA Cup this season, where do you see it?
I think it should be a priority. I think it's definitely something that we should be looking at in terms of titles, because obviously Solskjaer needs one in the bag. It's nothing that's been coming short of. The level of performance has been good. So I think if we can at least show improvement to get even to the final, I mean, I don't want to mess up, as we say, with the semi-final bad luck we've had. Yeah, I think if we can get this, and I think that will build the confidence up. But I think we've got a good shot on this one because I've seen West Ham's form, and I think we've really got a good chance here. I think we can get. Obviously, Pogba's going to be a miss as well. I don't know if he's
injured. Yeah, he's injured. Yeah,
that's because he is a difference maker in these cup games, and I noticed that with the last couple of games in the cup games, he's been a difference maker. But then again, we have got the big almighty Cavani up front, so he's always one of them with the late goals, because West Ham can make you work hard, and this is one of them games. It's not, and they're used to that sort of evening, because I've looked at a lot of their evening games. They've had a lot of games which are in the evening cup games they've been all right, and they've rainy nights, etc. And it's not going to be an easy night, is it? So for them, so yeah, hopefully, I think it'll be a tough game, but I'm confident we'll get the 3 points and probably move, not 3 points, but move on to the next round, I suppose. Yeah. And,
I think you're right. I think it will be similar to Everton in terms of the test that they're going to put up. I think United will make changes. I think West Ham, will they make changes? I don't know, because obviously they've got nothing else to play for this season. So I think I will make changes because reading the press conference, which was obviously released a couple of hours ago at 1:30, he'd said Eric Bailly was a doubt, and he said definitely Paul Pogba is a doubt. So I think Pogba won't play for sure. I think he probably won't be back until maybe next week's kind of like Europa League game, possibly. I would love to see Bailly play.
Definitely.
Again, I think we need him back in form. This Lindelof Maguire thing has to finish for me. In terms of a starting lineup, again, I've got my concerns that he's going to revert back to the McFred access that he loves. For me, as I said, it just makes me it makes my blood boil at United at home playing two defensive midfielders. It just doesn't sit right with me. I'm sorry, but that shouldn't happen. In terms of the team that you want to see on tomorrow night.
Yeah, I definitely see McFred in there because there was good glimpses of McFred being well in the last game. I thought that was a good change in midfield. I think defensively, this is something that we are. I'm getting a bit nervous at times where we choose for defensive. I mean, with the likes of Bailly being out and he's our consistent man. So I think we will have to just stick with the usual. Maguire, etc. And I think if they make a good form, and I think with De Gea, I think we should just put that behind us now. I think De Gea, if we keep thinking about De Gea's little blooper that we had, then I think this is going to overkill us in the next few games. But even if we need to get him in form, De Gea, because this game could potentially go to penalties, and we don't want that. You never know. It's one of them games that can, weekdays slow everyone up, tired, and then you're forced to get into extra time and penalties. So I think De Gea will be worked a little bit, I reckon. And I hope it doesn't. But I think we kill this game off early on and show signs of some consistent form throughout the whole match.
I've just got a feeling De Gea won't play for two reasons. But one, I think Solskjaer might just take him out the firing line. Obviously, there's a lot of press, there's a lot of coverage on his mistakes. So I think Henderson might play for that reason.
Yeah, this is where I'm just thinking if it's a case of just keep him in there for the confidence, or do we just completely? Because obviously now I know Henderson usually plays the cup games, etc. But is it one of those who just kind of because of the last blooper he thinks he's got to prove a point? Because he's done that before, where De Gea's messed up, and then he does bring him back into the following game, so he does have confidence in that. But I guess it's up to on the day, isn't it? And I think Henderson does deserve a chance, definitely.
I think there's no harm in playing Henderson. I think it gives De Gea a break, and obviously our next game's not till Sunday, so extra time wouldn't be the end of the world because obviously there's quite a few days rest. So it's Tuesday then Sunday, so it wouldn't be too bad, but it'd be nice to finish the job in 90 minutes. I've got a feeling he's going to make changes now. If Bailly's fit, I would like to see Bailly. Would like to see Tellez, yes, but Shaw's in such great form. Maybe you want to save him for Sunday, but I think we might need him against West Ham. So, but Tellez, if he plays, I wouldn't be too disappointed. I know you said that about McFred, that you don't mind Scott McTominay and Fred playing together, but for me, that's a no. I'd rather see McTominay and Donny van de Beek playing that position, and then maybe have Fred and then the usual front three for me.
I don't know why Ollie's not giving him that, giving him confidence to getting on with having Van der Beek. I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's signs of the other competition in there. Obviously, you got Pogba, you got the scenario with that Fred coming in there. But I mean, I would like to see Van der Beek push himself and get a chance, an opportunity.
I think he'll start. I think he will start.
Yeah,
I think he will. But obviously, whether he gets brought off, we don't know. Because obviously, he has played. Well, the last two games he's played, he's not really made much of an impact. If you remember,
you need a form.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair to criticise. Obviously, you can't just come in once every couple of weeks and expect to play like a 8 out of 10. So it's difficult, but I hope he does play. Depending on what West Ham do, if they make changes, I think that'll probably help United. In terms of I think they'll probably end up going through. But if they play full strength team, I think it'd be quite difficult. I think Lingard is obviously, as part of his loan agreement, he can't play against United, so he obviously won't be playing. Obviously, they've got some really good players. They've got Antonio, they've got Souček, obviously, whose red card has been kind of like rightly rescinded. So
saw that.
So he'll probably play. And I mean, it's just one of them games, isn't it? For me, it's about getting back on the right track.
I'm going to make a comment. I'm going to say I think this is a make or break for the season, pretty much. And I think only the fact basis that we've we were lost against Sheffield, which should have won that.
Yeah.
Everton was a must-win game in terms of title race, and I think for this one, in terms of the cup game, if we don't get this, I think there's no chance in terms of anything this season. Then pretty much. So yeah, I mean,
you're right. You're right.
Europa's there, but come on, I mean,
too many games. So many games, in Europa League.
So many games, the big boys in there. It's hard to kind of, but yeah, for this, it's make or break season. Pretty much. I know we get into February, March, and then we've got a few months away, but the games are coming thick and fast, and the big boys are really pushing now. You can see that even the teams that you thought wouldn't have achieved well are pushing up the league. Surprises up there. I'm very shocked about Liverpool. They're kind of going in the form that they shouldn't have gone in, but City are on a different level. But so we need to prove to be in a top 4 side at least, and obviously with the cup as well, to get something in the Foley's bag. Definitely, this is a make and break season, I reckon.
Yeah, agree with that. I mean, other things that Ole obviously was asked in the press conference. He asked about Harry Maguire. Obviously, he's played every game. I think he has to play because of what he brings to the team in terms of his ball playing abilities at the back. We don't have anyone like that. So we can obviously see Harry Maguire playing. Obviously, he was asked about Lingard. He said, Lingard's doing really well and he's happy with, how things are going with with him. And obviously, he was asked just about the, United home form, which he kind of laughed off, saying that, they beat Southampton 9-0, they beat Liverpool 3-2, and obviously they scored 3 against Everton and they should have won that game. I mean, home form is a bit of a concern. Do you think that will play a part tomorrow, or do you think it's
no? I think they'll be on all attack. But then again, the changes of the team, I don't know if that affects anything as well. I think Pogba's going to be a miss. He kind of provides that exciting type of football, the passes, the little. Shaw does do that. Shaw's is one of them players as well, influences the game. So if we've got all the big guns on the side, I'm not sure if Shaw will be playing. I don't know. What do you think?
He might rest him. He might rest him.
This is the thing. If we're losing the Pogba's, the Shaws on the team, missing that little element from the game. So, I mean, I'm a bit nervous, but then again, I think we need to really push on the players and the people we need to rely on should be step up now and and keep that consistent manner because 3-3 was not the best. I think that was kind of defining for the league. This is going to be defining for the cup. So I
agree with that. I think it's just follow on from the Sheffield United. For me, it was a Sheffield United game, which is probably going to come back to haunt them because if we won that game, 3 points better off. It's a game which you had to, and you got to beat the bottom team in the league. Everton, it can happen. Everton, a decent team, going to Arsenal away again. Draw's not the worst result. Possibly could have been a bit more adventurous, could have won the game. So they've been dropping points, and it'll probably cost them because obviously if they had 3 points more, than they've got now, then they still would have been in that conversation for the title. But for me, it's all over. So it places more emphasis on the cup competitions now. Obviously, Europa League's just a big slog. You really want to get involved, and not really. I'd rather concentrating on kind of keeping your place in the top 4 than kind of like going for the Europa League. Saying that though, obviously like Real Sociedad have kind of fallen off, the kind of fifth or sixth, and they're playing really bad in the La Liga. So it's not as tough a game as we thought it was going to be. But obviously, we'll talk about that a bit more next week. Obviously, in the press conference, he was asked about Mason Greenwood as well. That he's been playing really well the last couple of games. I mean, what do you think about his form and his kind of ups and downs this season?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them, isn't it? I mean, he's had a few good games. Which I think they should have. Some of the improvements that he's made, I think, is much better than a lot of other players that he's coming through. But I think over time, I think we'll see that. But it comes back to consistency. Is he given the opportunity to have those games? And a lot of people would challenge that and say, "No, okay, well, he's probably not his best form." But certainly, I think he's one of them yo-yo players. I think personally, this season's not been the best.
Young as well, isn't he? Yeah, he is young.
Yeah, he's absolutely young. Give him a chance. I think it's an opportunity. I think a lot of them. But I just think this game is must win. And I think if they don't win this, I think it's a problem for kind of defining of the season as well. I just hate it at the minute because I think we've lost a big player like Pogba, and I think he was. And I've noticed, and I always say that I always have a passion for Pogba. I think he kind of makes a difference. People don't see what he does as so much because he's not. I think there's other players that shine out with the scoring the goals, but the passing, the movement, and I think he's going to be a big loss. Hope we've got other players step up, and that's going to make the difference. In this game.
For me, it's about getting that balance right. We've got to make sure we do freshen it up. But saying that, I said it's Sunday the next game, so we've got plenty of time to recover. So we shouldn't be making too many changes, considering this is a genuine opportunity to get a cup. We're out the league, and Europa League. I mean, like, do you really want to go for that? For me, no. I'd rather concentrate on the league, as I've said. So it does place a lot of importance on this competition. So, I mean, it's one of them games, isn't it? You're just not quite sure what's going to happen, especially because of what's happened against Everton. Are the players going to be in the right frame of mind, the morale, the confidence? Because to be fair, they played really well against Everton. Yeah. If they play anything like that tomorrow, I think they will win the game. So I'm gonna start with my prediction just to wrap things up.
Go on.
Again, I think it's going to be a tight game. I think we'll concede because I just don't think defensively we're up to it. So I'm going to go with 2-1. 2-1 Man United.
2-1. I'm going to say it goes to extra time. I think United are going to win it. I think 3-2 in extra time.
So like another high scoring game for you?
Yeah, I think it'll be a high scoring game. I think we're still not at the back. I'm a bit nervous at the back still. That's kind of the last opinion, and especially now we're making more changes as a cup game. Yeah, and obviously Henderson's in goal. Not that I'm saying I don't have trust in him, but
yeah.
He's one of them, innit?
It's right. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're not sure what team he's going to part. He could make a lot of changes. Or he could only make one or two. But yeah, I mean, it's the game we're going to be look forward to. It's an important game. I think it's 7:30 tomorrow night UK time. Obviously, guys, as usual, we'll be back for the post match. Hopefully, we'll be celebrating a victory. And it's not going to be one of those agonizing games where, it goes to penalties or anything like that, because I think that'll be a bit of a killer for us if it did. But yeah, fingers crossed, it's a positive result tomorrow. And we look forward to bringing you all the post-match reaction. We'll have the usual quartet. We'll ask Reyes again if he wants to join us for the post-match. So maybe you'll get to see him, like 2 shows in a row. Which will be a first, and a bonus. So yeah, up until then, guys, take care, and we will see you very, very soon.